Good afternoon, Jerome students and family. Happy Friday, first Friday of December. I hope it's okay that I send you a video today, but I just felt compelled. It's been super quiet around here this week, and I just want to let you know how much we miss you. It's been difficult. I know it's been difficult on you, and I want to make sure that I let you know, one, you're missed. Two, we've been thinking about you every day and talking about you, and I hope you know that we care about you a lot, and just want to make sure that we're doing our best to try to connect and engage with you in the classroom and then outside of school. It's hard. I know it's hard. Believe me, I spent a lot of time racking my brain trying to figure out ways for us to continue to support you and make sure you have as good an experience as possible. And parents, I also know that our preference is that everybody's back in school. Unfortunately, at this time, we're just not able to do that. So we're going to do our best to try to continue to work our way through this together. So again, I miss you, and hopefully get to see you real soon. Just a couple of updates here, and you can read through the newsletter with other stuff. There's all kinds of updates in here about yearbook and stuff from the library and technology updates and from the PTO. So take some time to read through it. But I did want to address live streaming. This was our first full week, so I know from Monday to Friday it probably looks a little bit different. And I want to make sure you know that we are continuing to look at ways to evolve and update and adapt to this particular environment. And I know that's difficult because you're like, I can't take one more adjustment. But as we go through the weeks and practice and kind of learn what's working and what's not, I'm hopeful that we'll set up an environment that will be helpful for students and supportive. I know I've talked to some students, and students, you may be feeling the same way. Some students have felt like that there's been a lot of time in the Google Meet, then they haven't had time to make up their work and get things done for the next day. We're trying to work on that cadence and trying to work on that structure. Your classroom teachers are feeling and talking about the same things. So, give them the opportunity to make those adjustments and try to improve. They want to do a good job for you. They're committed to you, they're committed to our community, they're committed to your ability to learn. So I want to give them the opportunity to have that opportunity to reflect and make adjustments. So please, don't be afraid if they ask for feedback. Please give it to them in a constructive and positive way. I certainly can say that they're not trying to do things that are purposefully frustrating to you. So, I'll get to that here in a second. But please, if they ask for feedback, give it to them. And, if you're struggling with something, reach out to them and say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, I'm really struggling with this. Can you help me? That's a great way for us to open that dialogue and also let you advocate for yourself. But there are a couple things I wanted to kind of address with you and maybe give you the reasons why and or kind of help you understand. Students, the expectation is that you're attending school every day, including Wednesdays if your teacher asks you to. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we are taking attendance, and we are going to be submitting that daily attendance, and Mrs. Bender's going through and looking at that. They're also taking period attendance. One of the things that we've started to notice is that a student shows up for first period, and then as the day goes on, maybe doesn't show up for fourth period, sixth period, and seventh period. The expectation is that you are showing up for all of your classes each day, checking in, and doing the learning that's assigned and activities that are assigned by your teacher. If you can't be at that class because you have a doctor's appointment or a conflict of some sort, the expectation is that you would reach out to the school and send an email to Mrs. Bender and Mrs. Renard so that they know where you are and that they can let your teachers be aware that that's an excused absence. If you just don't show up, it's an unexcused absence, just like if you didn't show up to school. So it's much more helpful if you communicate with us. Now, Wednesdays is a little more complicated from the perspective of is that the teachers are going to use that time to do different things with different groups of students. And so students, we're trying to let you know on that Monday or Tuesday before Wednesday to let you know that you should or should not be meeting with your teacher, but that's going to be a classroom level decision by the teacher. For example, if you would have had me for AP Biology, I might have said to my AP Biology students, hey guys, we're going to touch base today during third period for about 20-25 minutes because I want to review and go over a quiz you took last week. Or it might be a math teacher that's saying we're going to go over these problems and I want everybody to show up for at least 15 minutes today. in English class, it potentially could be that you're doing a workshop with your teacher to review a draft that you have written. So teachers are going to communicate that out. It might have been a little bit rough and confusing this Wednesday. I anticipate that those will improve. I would also say that our teachers are experimenting with what those Wednesdays will look like so that we can have a variety of activities to help support students in a variety of different ways. So again, if you're not sure, ask your teacher, and if you find that there's something that's really not working, let me know and I'll be happy to help. Hey, second thing is that one of the things that we're hoping happens is that we increase the connections and engagement with students. Having students come in every day and having you turn on your camera and engage with the teacher is a way for us to, one, check on you and your well-being, and two, to try to get us in a more consistent routine. One of the things that we've found is that we've lost that routine and lost that engagement on a day-to-day basis. And in order for us really to make progress with you and help support you in your learning, having that day-to-day connection helps. So that's one of the things we're hoping to get out of it. Again, it's not going to be perfect right now. So we're not striving for perfection. We're striving for improvement. So I would ask in your households as you're having discussion is just strive for improvement right now. We're not going to be perfect with it. Stuff happens. We may make mistakes. We may need to adjust. That's what your teachers are doing. That's what you're doing. So continue to maintain that flexibility as you have done through this whole ordeal. Lastly, and I've said this a bunch of times, I continue to say it, I continue to go through, is that I would ask everybody, and I know it's hard right now, believe me, I understand. But if we can continue to be patient with each other, assume positive intent, and stay together, it's going to make it easier for us to get through it. If we start becoming impatient, if we stop thinking that people are trying to do things in everybody's best interest and assume that they're trying to do it as an affront to harm somebody or do something that you don't like on purpose, and if we start fractionalizing, it's going to be really difficult for us to navigate this difficult time. It's only going to get more difficult in the coming month or month and a half. Yes, there are things on the horizon, but we have to stay together, we have to assume positive intent, and we have to be patient. If we don't do that, it could create chasms in relationships that we might not be able to repair, and we don't want that. Okay? I don't want that. And as the principal of the building, that's a message that I continue to share out with anybody that I have the opportunity to do it. So I ask you, as we head into this holiday season, as we head into this winter break, continue to, even when it's the most difficult, step away, take a deep breath, and know that we're doing what everybody is doing. Students, families, teachers, all of our staff, we're all working together to do the best that we can. I appreciate you. If there is something, if you need anything, I'm here 24/7 all the time. My email's down here. You know how to find me. Please don't be afraid to do that. Okay? I care about every single one of your students. I care about every single one of you as families, and I want to make sure we're doing the best we can to provide a positive experience for everyone. Thank you so much, students. I miss you like crazy. Families, appreciate all your help and support. Please have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see everybody hopefully really, really soon. Thank you.